There will be a Manchester United player at the Nou Camp on Thursday night as Valencia take on Barcelona in a Copa del Rey semi-final. Andreas Pereira had to go against the wishes of Joss Mourinho to get his loan move to Spain at the start of the season, but he's now 180 minutes from the chance of winning something. Was it worth taking on the manager? It was difficult, because he told me I had to stay, and I wanted to play and get more minutes, he says at the club's Paterna training ground before Thursday's game. I never want to leave United, but I want to play as well. In the end it will make me a better player and I will be that better player at United. I wanted to go somewhere and play a regular season, he insists. Last year I did it and I felt stronger for it. The United staff recognized it in pre-season. Last season, he was on loan at Granada during a relegation battle that saw Tony Adams take over for the run-in. It was a different experience, he laughs. Every day that I was with him, I learned something new, because he has so much experience in football and so many stories. Adams' first ever team selection at Granada included 11 different nationalities. His Manchester United manager would be able to relate to that. He will relate to a headstrong Pereira too, and the way he stands by his choices. Granada had a bad season, but the 22-year-old says, fighting against relegation wasn't great, but it is not an experience I am going to have with United. It is a different type of football and a different kind of pressure. Mentally it only made me stronger. He joined United when he turned 16. There were a host of clubs following him, but he says Sir Alex Ferguson's charm made it an easy decision. United invited me to visit the academy with my dad and we met Fergie and he greeted me in Portuguese and that was very special. I didn't expect a bom dia from the manager of Manchester United, it made me want to sign immediately. I never wanted to go anywhere else. His dad was almost as excited. An ex-pro who played for several top-flight clubs in Belgium, he had only been retired 4 years when his son made the breakthrough. As a proud Brazilian, his references were Romario and Ronaldo, but he had also told his son all about Paul Scholes and Ryan Giggs. He still calls Andreas after games to go through performances with him. There were times when that one-to-one tutoring weighed heavy. But he says, I knew he was always doing it for my own good. And it was pretty cool growing up with a footballing father. In school you were always the most famous. The mentoring hasn't stopped. I do a stupid cross during a game and he will call me after and say, you played very well but that cross, come on man. You know you can't do that. There is pride in his dad's career and in his Brazilian roots as well. I grew up in Belgium, but I feel Brazilian, he says. My family is Brazilian and they have the dream of seeing me playing for the national team. The few times I have worn the shirt I have felt very at home in it. He scored in the Under-20 World Cup final in 2015 which Brazil lost to Serbia. Manchester City pair Ederson and Gabriel Jesus were teammates. Whatever happened to them? I played with Ederson in the Olympic team too. I knew what he was capable of. It's new for the English fans, but he's just doing what he does and doing it very well. Big personality? Well, he's crazy. He's a goalkeeper. I was impressed that Jesus started so well. Straight away he was playing well and scoring goals. He can be one of the top players for Brazil and for City. Pereira watched the derby earlier in the season. He watches all the United games he can. He wants to be part of it next season. If I watch the game with my dad, he'll say, "Andreas, look, you can play here. You have to do this. You have to do that." Ultimately it will be Mourinho he needs to convince. Sometimes I send him a message before an important game wishing him good luck, and he sends me one too, so we still keep in touch. He says of his relationship with the United manager, another measure of his confidence. He has the brains and the belief, and he's taken a bold leap into the dark by defying Mourinho's wishes. If he can make an impact at the Nou Camp on Thursday night, it will be an indication that he's made the right call.